This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2019 Palomino Solaire travel trailer, model 292 QBSK. Alright, so this is not a floor plan or a sales video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work and that sort of thing. So we'll start right here at the door side rear, and you have a rack to hang your grill or griddle on. You also have a quick connect here to plug it into the LP system. Okay, outside kitchen, of course, and you've got an AC refrigerator here. You got running water. Let's see what we got going here. This just pulls out, I'm sure. So you have that. Okay. You also have a power awning with LED strip, outside speakers, and you got a bracket to hang a TV on here. You've also got signal out and power, so you can have TV outside. This is the service panel for your refrigerator. It has a gas absorption refrigerator in there, which we'll look at when we get inside. But this is the service panel. The only thing to remember is that this should always be hanging out. That's for condensation that the refrigerator generates, so it just drains it to the outside. Right here, this is the vent for the range hood. So keep in mind, you can open that baffle. There's a baffle in there. You can open it by just sticking your thumb up there in those little grooves and popping it open. You always want it popped open and flapping freely when you're venting to the outside. So keep that in mind. All right. As we move on, as regular stabilizers with crank down scissor type stabilizers. This is going to be your hitch. This is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. So it's a good one. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Let's see here. This is actually your grill right here, and the rack that it hangs on. So that'll hang back on the back of the trailer where you got that swing out grill mount there. So the grill is still working and with it, so that's good. You have a power tongue jack with a docking light. Keep in mind, you can, if this ever fails, you can pop this plug out of the top. It's got a 3/4 inch hex there, so you can use a 6.75 inch socket or a 3/4 inch crank, whatever you want. You could actually operate this manually if you, in an emergency, if you happen to get it stops working for whatever reason. You can always get hitched and unhitched. Okay, 2 LP tanks with automatic changeover regulator, deep cycle marine battery. Okay, this is just a reducer here for your power cord. That's your dump hose there. Now, there are 2 ways to get water to the trailer. The most common way is the city water hookup right there. So you would just hook the hose on there, turn it on, and everything's going to work inside the trailer, all the plumbing. Now, if you're if you're camping at a campsite that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, it doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here. Right? So you would fill the water before you get to the campground, and then you can just turn on the onboard water pump, and it'll pump the water from the tank. Everything will work just like you had city water, but you'll be pumping it from the tank. So if you have city water, you don't have to worry about the tank or the pump, but if you don't, there's a way to use the trailer. Okay, that's just a fresh water drain down there. Okay, let's move on a little bit. Okay, this is just an outside shower for spraying things down, kids and dogs and feet. You have your valves here. You have 2 gray and a black dump valve here, and there's where you hook them up at, of course. Now the black is toilet water and waste, the gray is sink and shower water. So keep in mind, after you dump the black tank, you can leave the valve open. You have to leave the valve open, as it says on the sticker here. Leave the valve open. Then you can put the hose at the dump station on there and turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank. It'll clean it out, plus it'll clean off the sensor so you get a good accurate reading. So it's a good thing to do if you have a working hose at the dump station that hasn't been run over, then it's a good thing to do. This is your water heater here. Okay, so this works on both gas and electric. The thing to know is there's a rocker switch right here, on and off, right? That controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover here. All right, so keep in mind, never turn it on, the electric heating element, unless there's water in the tank. You always want to make sure there's water in it. This is where you drain it at right here. That's an 1 1/16 6-point socket to remove that drain plug. The drain plug has an anode rod attached to it, so it's long, 6, 8 inches long, whatever. So that's where you drain it. Also, keep in mind that it works on gas also, and there are switches inside the trailer too, so we'll go over that. Never run it without water in it. Alright, so you got a 30 amp, 30-foot cord with a reducer, cable and satellite through, a utility light, spare tire. This housing up here shows us that it's pre-wired for a backup camera, so you can get a Furrion backup camera that fits right in that housing. Alright, also keep in mind that this has a ladder, so the manufacturer states that you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So basically you want to go up there, look at all the sealant and caulk, make sure there's no cracking or separation, any place water could get in. Make sure none of the roofing attachments or roofing material was damaged by low branches or road debris that flipped up there, anything like that. Just give it a good inspection. The odds are you won't have to do anything for a long time, but that's why you inspect it, just to protect your investment, okay? All right, so let's go inside. Okay. So, we're still cleaning this, by the way. I know it looks kind of dirty on the outside, but we're still working on it. I'm just getting this video out of the way here. So, here's your control panel here. Your slide out is right here. Your awning in and out is right there. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. Your water pump, to turn your water pump on right there. You do that to pump water out of the fresh water tank. You also use it to winterize the trailer. Okay, I showed you where the switch was to light the electric heating, or to turn on the electric heating element in the lower left-hand corner out there. So keep that in mind. And if you want to light it on gas, you can just do that. There's the fault light up there. Okay. So your battery's charged. Fresh water has a little bit in it because we're working on it. Black is empty, gray is empty. Gray tanks. You have at least two gray tanks in this, a galley tank and then the sink and shower tank in your bathroom. I would say you probably have two of them. Okay, I didn't prep this though, so. Okay, so this device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. If it goes off, you want to take everybody outside, make sure everything is good. When you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off, figure out what's going on. And this is also should be green all the time, so keep that in mind that it should be green. If not, get it serviced. Okay, this is your stereo here. You get a remote for it, which is right here. Okay, so basically you can play CDs and DVDs. It's an AM/FM radio. It has Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet. You can stream off a USB right here. It has two speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. And it has normal radio functions like presets and clock and that sort of thing also. So there's a lot you can do with it. The other remote here is for your TV. So keep that in mind. This TV spins around so you can look at it in the bedroom or in here. Your keys are right here. This comes with it. This would belong to the customer. It's kind of a footstool or something. Your microwave works like any other microwave. This is the range hood I told you about. If you're going to be running the fan, you want to open that vent, the baffle in the vent, so it vents to the outside. It also has a light in it. I don't know if he's got the gas turned on, but I'll walk you through it either way. Talk you through it either way. Always travel with this cover closed in down position. Never leave it open. Okay, you have your sparker right here. You turn this clockwise to spark the trailer, or I'm sorry, not the trailer, the range in the oven. So, or the range anyway. This you basically have three knobs, and you got 3 burners, and then of course this one is the oven knob. I don't know if he's got anything turned on. No, he's got it off. So when I turn this clockwise, the burners will light. Down here you have to use a grill lighter to light it, which is all the way to the back there, if you see the pilot light back there. So you're just going to go to pilot and then depress it, keep it depressed, then you light the pilot light. Once it lights, you hold this in for another 10 seconds, go to operating temperature. When you shut it off, the pilot light goes off, so every time you use the oven, you have to relight the pilot light. Okay, so this device here is your power converter. Okay, so right here. So this converts AC to DC power. So you start off, see if I can get it open here. You start off, you plug into your shore power, and then you have 120 AC here. You have regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. So that's like your distribution panel there. So and then the 120 AC is converted to 12 volt DC on this side here. So you see you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. Okay. If any of them blow, you'll be able to see it through this tinted plastic here. Okay. Also, when you're plugged in, this is a battery tender. It'll always sense how much energy your battery needs and keeps it charged. So that's where your 12 volt comes from. Now when you're plugged in, this is going to be charging your battery. Of course, when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will be charging the battery. So 2 ways to charge it. Now this is a gas absorption refrigerator. It works on LP gas or 110 AC. The best way to run it is on auto. I don't know if you can see there, but it's on auto. Auto means auto electricity. It always seeks out electricity. So when you turn it on, if it finds 120 AC, it'll use it. If it can't, it'll switch to gas automatically. Or if you have a power failure in the campground, it'll sense that and switch to gas automatically. So auto is the best way to run it. You can run it dedicated to gas right here, but auto is where it's at. Also, this cylinder that goes in this bracket here, it's called a thermistor. You want to have it pushed up as far as it goes. The far higher you go with it, the cooler it is. If it ever falls out of this this little clip here, you can just tuck it back in there and put it back on the fin. So it's called a thermistor. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. These cushions pull right off of this couch. Then you can fold it out into a 3-panel hide-a-bed. Your U-shaped dinette here, you can drop the table onto these cleats here. If you can see them. There's 4 of them. You can do that, and then you can use the cushions to fill in the space, so you got another bed there. Alright, so you have your thermostat here. It's very simple. You just hit the mode button to light it up, and then you go through the modes. Auto, fan, auto cool, and auto furnace. Always, you can change it from high and low to auto. You always want to use auto though. Whenever they give you the option to use the fan on auto, always use that. That's the best way to do it. So if the fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor, of course cool is full air conditioning, furnace is your LP furnace, and then off. Okay. So the sink and the shower work like any other sink and shower. You have a 3-speed fan up here, which is good. The toilet, if you don't know this, it's RV toilets have to have chemical and water in the black tank below them to use them. So when you get to the basically when you get to the campground, you're going to hook up your power and your water. This is the flush pedal here. After you hook up the power and your water, you'll come in here, you'll dump a dose of chemical in the bowl. Then you'll stand on the pedal, water will come swirling out, and you hold the pedal down long enough to put at least a gallon of water along with the chemical into the black tank. That's important, otherwise it'll smell terrible if you don't, and it can be very, it can also get clogged up, so keep that in mind. Always use water and chemical. Of course, your bunk room here, you've got 4 bunks. This one converts from a table to a bunk. This one folds up out of the way here. But you have potentially 4. This is your hookups for your TV here. vent, which is a good thing to have back here. Okay, so let me go up to the front here and we'll look at that real quick. Emergency window, of course. Another vent up here. The TV, when you pull these sliding doors back, you can spin the TV around if you want. Also, there's storage underneath the bed, like a foot locker type storage, okay? Very typical. Okay, so I think that about does it. Let me just look around, see if I forgot anything, but I think we're good here. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. Just go up there and look around, have somebody else go up there. Just be very careful and make sure that there's no damage to the roof or no cracks or separation where water could get in. That's part of owning a trailer. So do that, please. And then right now, this trailer is not winterized anymore. It's been de-winterized and it's in camping mode now. So the antifreeze has been purged out and it's been replaced with water. So you're all ready to camp in this trailer. You just hook it up and off you go. So it's all set. Okay, thank you.